Hi everyone, welcome to Every Day, your daily stop for virtual reality content. I am Dee, and today we're going to be taking a look at how old games or games produced by a major commercial producer can be made compatible with the Rift by third-party add-ons. And this has already been done for a lot of popular games. And the game that I'm going to be playing today is actually the original Portal 1. And the particular third-party add-on I'm going to be using to do it is a tool called vorpX. vorpX is a commercial Rift add-on. It works with a lot of software. Now, with any software that uses an add-on like this, you're not going to get the same really complete integrated experience that you get with software that's been customized specifically for use with the Rift. Or native Rift support. There are three main toolkits. There's vorpX, that's this one. It's probably the most well-developed commercial one. There's another one called TriDef 3D, which was originally designed for 3D TVs and has just gotten alpha Rift support. It's a commercial product as well. And there's one called Vireo, which is an open source GPL product available through the Meant to Be Seen 3D, MTBS 3D forums. And so the way it works is once you install a tool like this, like vorpX, once you get it running, you configure it with your Rift profile, and then it sits in your system tray, and it just waits for you to start a compatible game. And I'm just going to go ahead and start up Portal. And when I do that, as you can see here, vorpX has gone ahead and created two images for me. And the way it does that is it's actually like it's modifying the engine in real time to create a second camera from an offset viewpoint and to render both of those viewpoints to the screen at the same time. So I'm actually going to play through the entire game of Portal inside the Rift using vorpX from beginning to end. And in this video, I'm going to start out at the beginning and just show some of the first few levels. And I'll pick up next time doing the next few levels after that until the game is done. I'm assuming most of you have played Portal before. I certainly have. If you haven't, well, this set of videos is going to spoil everything, so consider yourself warned. I am putting on my Rift and my headphones. So there are a couple, there's a pretty useful feature for vorpX called Edge, I think it's called Edge Peek or Edge Look. And the way it works is I click my middle mouse button, and once I click that, I can look all around the screen with my head. And that allows me to see things that are near the edge of the screen that normally I wouldn't be able to see because they're too far off in my peripheral vision. So in this case, I'm looking over to the menus so I can actually start up my game. So I'm going to click New Game. I've played through a few levels already, so I just to get a feeling for what it's like, make sure everything's configured correctly. I'm going to click Start New Game. Here I am. I'm lying in some kind of bed. And I'm getting out of bed. And everything I'm looking at, I see in full 3D. I can see that timer, and I move my head, and it moves my cursor around just as though I were moving my mouse to look around.
Hello, and again, welcome to the Aperture Science Computer Aided Enrichment Center. We hope your brief detention in the relaxation vault has been a pleasant one. Your specimen has been processed, and we are now ready to begin the test proper. Before we start, however, keep in mind that although fun and learning are the primary goals of all enrichment center activities, serious injuries may occur. For your own safety and the safety of others, please refrain from por favor, por donde stand back The portal will open in 3, 2, 1.
There we go, our very first portal. You can see us in there, and like I said, everything in here is in 3D, and when I move my head, it's just like moving the mouse. Now, one of the unfortunate side effects of using a third-party add-on is there's some amount of drift. So if I, like right now, notice I'm got my crosshair right on my own head, and if I look around for a little while, and keep spinning my head and spinning my head and spinning my head, and then I return it to the center of my vision, it's going to be offset a bit from where it originally was. And that effect can just get worse and worse over time. So it's the only way you can really deal with this once it happens is to move your mouse to compensate for it. And this can be particularly important in Portal, where you can like go through a downwards portal and end up sideways or end up going forwards, and so you have to adjust your vertical so that you're looking forwards again after you do that. Anyway, with no further ado, let's jump through this portal. I can look around with both the mouse and the headset, and like I said, it'll be important to use both, but I'll try and use the headset as much as possible to get a feeling for what that's like. It is possible to play entirely using the mouse and just hold your head still, but that's kind of totally boring. You don't get as much of a feeling of really being inside as you do when you're moving your head around. So like, I see this huge sign next to me, and I have a really good idea of just how big it is. I can look up from the top to the bottom. I can scan my eyes over each of these suspicious looking icons. That one shows a cube falling. That one shows a cube hitting somebody in the head, and these are all grayed out, and we will find out more about them later. There's the Aperture Laboratories icon. Now, just before we continue, I want to show... Hey camera. I want to show how you adjust vorpX settings inside the game. So I'm just going to go to the menu. So this is the game menu. You can't adjust vorpX settings in here. The game doesn't know about vorpX. What you do instead, you press delete, and it brings up this menu. I'm going to turn on Edge Peak for a second. And with Edge Peak on, I can look up at this menu. I can see each of the settings pages for vorpX. I can adjust each of the settings. So this turns it on and off. This sets the display mode. That's a totally different display mode. This sets how it determines which stuff is in front of which other stuff, how it comes up with the 3D model to use when it's building the two viewpoints. It can do it based on the geometry in the game. It can do it based on the Z values. Basically every pixel has a value that specifies how far away that pixel is from the viewpoint. I find this this Z normal approach works the best for Portal because it renders the Portal icon in front of you badly when you're in the geometry mode, and it looks it's too close to you and you can't really focus on it. So I'm going to stick with Z normal. The other major change I made here from the default settings is this was originally, the aspect ratio correction was originally set to smart. And I don't really like smart aspect ratio correction because when things get near the top or bottom of the screen, in my point of view, they get really stretched out by the lens. So I just set it to Letterbox 2, which is still reasonably tall, but it doesn't have that same distortion effect. And there are a bunch of other settings to play with here. I'll go through more of them another time, but for now, I think we should just get on with the game. And I'm back in the normal looking around mode. I'll get you, camera. I don't think I can actually get this camera. Like, you get some kind of a trophy or achievement for getting all the cameras destroyed. I don't think you can destroy this one because you don't have anything to destroy it with yet. Or this one over here. So when I look around this room, it has a very definite size. It feels like the size of a living room with like a vaulted ceiling. The ceiling feels about like, I don't know, 12 feet high. And world scale is one of the things that you can actually adjust in vorpX. That affects how big the world feels relative to you. And I don't know where that setting is right now, but another time I will show you how that setting works and how we can make ourselves become very small or very large in the world. For now, we have a puzzle to solve. Give me the cube. My god, it's huge. This cube feels like it's like I would have to wrap my arms around it to pick it up. Like, it's probably a cubic meter in size. And there we go.
Excellent. Please proceed into the chamber lock after completing each test. First, however, note the incandescent particle field across the exit. This aperture science material emancipation grid will vaporize any unauthorized equipment that passes through it. For instance, the aperture science weighted storage cube.
Will it now? Can I even take the cube through there? I don't think it'll let me. No. Maybe there's a way. For now, I'm just gonna get in the elevator. And onwards we go. To the first level. I guess that was the first level. To the first real level. Aperture Laboratories. And I can look all around this elevator. It feels pretty large. It feels like the size of a freight elevator. Except round. Level 1. So I can see this glass.
Please place the weighted storage cube on the 1500 megawatt aperture science heavy duty super colliding super button.
I got the cube. Oh, come on. Okay, I'm gonna have to wait for the portal to come back. It'll be back soon. I'll be ready. And there's my button. I'm so bad at this.
Please move quickly to the chamber lock, as the effects of prolonged exposure to the button are not part of this test.
You watching me? Let's get out of here. See you, cube. Off we go. No problem. I like to close my eyes during the loading screens because when the screen freezes while it's loading, it's really disconcerting to your senses. So I try to just not watch when it does that.
Very well. Please be advised that a noticeable taste of blood is not part of any test protocol, but is an unintended side effect of the aperture science material emancipation grid, which may, in semi-rare cases, emancipate dental fillings, crowns, tooth enamel, and teeth.
Thank you for that warning, Gladys. There it is. Soon it will be mine. Come on, come over here. Alright. Let's grab it. Oh
Very
yeah.
good. You are now in possession of the Aperture Science handheld portal device. With it, you can create your own portals. These intradimensional gates have proven to be completely safe. The device, however, has not. Do not touch the operational end of the device. Do not look directly at the operational end of the device. Do not submerge the device in liquid, even partially. Most importantly, under no circumstances should you...
So notice right now I'm firing all of these portals using only my head for aiming. I'm not aiming using the mouse at all. And I can look quite precisely just using my head to exactly where I want to shoot it. Which is pretty cool. Camera!
To ensure the safe performance of all authorized activities, do not
Hate that
destroy
thing.
vital testing apparatus.
And I got quite a bit of vertical drift there at the second part, where my head was like up here when I was facing forward, so I had to adjust that. But most of the time it works reasonably well. I'm gonna get up to the top. Here I am. And I need to get over there, I believe. No, that's where I started. Where do I need to get? Over there. I am so bad at this game. Oh, I just walked through here. Okay. I'm ready to go then. There's a really cool 3D depth effect when I'm firing this at the ceiling and it's falling over me. Looks like we're already at the next level. Let us proceed. Oh, this is a really tall ceiling. Camera! Oh, I can't kill it yet.
Please proceed to the chamber.
There we go.
Mind the gap.
Mind the gap. I can handle a little jump. That's me. Hi, me.
Well done. Remember, the Aperture Science Bring Your Daughter to Work Day is the perfect time to have her tested. For your own safety, do not destroy vital testing apparatus.
Don't tell me what to do. So as usual, you're seeing this in 1080p, which is about the same resolution you'll expect to see on the consumer Rift. I'm only seeing it in 1280-800, so it's quite a bit lower resolution inside the Rift, because this is just a development kit. Die! Die! It's not
Welcome
dying
to
yet.
Test Chamber 4. You're doing quite well.
Not as well as your camera. That was ineffective. Okay. We can make a nice portal, endless portal sequence here. That's me. There I am. I set my portal depth to something ridiculous so I can see quite a long ways into it. Okay, enough of that. Giant pit. Camera!
Certain objects may be vital to your success. Do not destroy testing apparatus.
So this pit looks pretty deep. It looks like I jumped down a good 15 feet to get in here. It's a good thing I have my long jump boots on, otherwise that would have hurt. Although it didn't actually, I didn't feel any impact when I landed, so I guess the game does a good job of hiding the feeling of force you get when you land, which is probably for the best.
Once again, excellent work. As part of our required test protocol, we will not monitor the next test chamber. You will be entirely on your own. Good luck.
We get to do a chamber by ourselves. Isn't that great? Alright, I'm gonna make this the last level for this part. Then we're gonna take a break. What's back here? Can't really see all the way around it. One interesting thing about playing Portal with the Rift is your field of view is quite a bit wider than it is on a monitor. You can see more in your peripheral vision. And that can have certain advantages when you're facing off certain enemies. Some first-person shooters actually ban people from having a very wide field of vision because of the advantages it creates.
Vital testing apparatus destroyed.
Yay! Die. Okay, what's next? Gonna need me that cube. Oh, another one.
Vital testing apparatus destroyed.
Cube. So big. Needs to go down on the button. Alright, and there's one more button. And I don't think I can get in there that way. So I'm gonna need another cube. Yep, there's another cube. There we go, door's open. Now I can needlessly do this. Yay!
As part of a required test protocol, our previous statement suggesting that we would not monitor this chamber was an outright fabrication. Good job. As part of a required test protocol, we will stop enhancing the truth in 3, 2...
So notice how I just went through a horizontal portal and fell through a vertical portal, and now I'm facing straight down, but my head is actually facing straight forward. This is one of those times when you need to use the mouse to adjust the vertical point of view back to a level. Otherwise, you will get rapidly confused. Camera.
Vital testing apparatus destroyed.
This isn't going to really help, is it? Whatever. Oh, I can destroy you by taking you through here. Emancipation grid. Oh yeah. That's what you deserve. Alright. And that will be all for now. See you in part 2 of playing Portal in the Oculus Rift.